Hey guys, what's up? Neil here. Just wanted to finish my Fresh Kills Con recap video, and I also wanted to talk a little bit about London Comic Con, coming October 5th and 6th, right here to lovely London, Ontario. First though, I gotta thank everyone who helped out and helped put together Fresh Kills Con. It's the first ever Fresh Kills Con horror convention held in Niagara Falls, Ontario, last July 13th and 14th. Thank you to Sean Rockenboxes and to Carrie and to everyone, to all the volunteers, everyone that helped out, all the cosplay guests. The costumes were absolutely off the wall, fantastic, amazing job, guys. It just blew me away. Got some great footage. It was an absolute honor and privilege to be the official videographer for the event, along with Silver Screen Sheen, of course, and Scotty Too Hottie Crane. Thank you very much for the ride, Scott. So big ups, big thanks to Greg, Silver Screen Sheen, and to Scotty. Thanks for helping out. Thanks to everyone for being there. It was a small affair. It was a first-time con. A lot of first-time cons are done at hotels. I think hotels work really well for a lot of conventions in this case. So I thought it was great. I thought they made it work really well, and I was really happy to be a part of it. Meeting all these legendary actors was just so much fun. Just an unforgettable experience. I got to meet everyone from the director from Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, Tom McLaughlin. He did a short Q&A, as did Tom Matthews, who was also in Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, as Tommy Jarvis. He's also in Friday the 13th, the video game. So if you suck at the video game, you'll come back eventually, just kind of randomly. You'll come back after dying a few times, I believe. You'll come back as Tommy Jarvis, and Tom Matthews got to voice the character again, so that's fantastic. He was also in Return of the Living Dead, and it was obviously a huge Return of the Living Dead reunion as well. That was one of the big draws of this Fresh Kills Con. So we had everyone from puppeteer Alan Troutman, who's fantastic. He played the Tarman zombie. You can check that out on my channel. There's a quick little interview where he's signing autographs and just talk about him working for Jim Henson and working on the Jon Favreau's Jungle Book and Babe and all these other great films and projects that Alan's been a part of. And of course, I also got to interview John Philbin, who is famous for being in not just Return of the Living Dead and other horror movies like Children of the Corn and stuff, but he was also in Tombstone, one of my absolute favorite films, not just my favorite Western, but gotta be one of my top 25 favorite movies of all time. And John gave a great 14-minute interview, at least, talking about working with Val Kilmer on Tombstone. He was also in Point Break with the late, great Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves, so he talks about working with them, and it was just amazing. Thank you so much to Greg for being my cameraman. Thank you so much for that. Speaking of guests, the Gulaghers were there, too. So we got legendary screen actor Clu Gulager, who played Billy the Kid a long time ago. He's been in a lot of Westerns and stuff. Of course, he was in Return of the Living Dead and the Feast movies, and he was there along with John Gulager and Diane Goldner, and they told great stories at their Q&As, and again, that's on my channel, of course. But here's one interesting thing about Clu is that, I recently saw a movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, directed by Quentin Tarantino, and Leonardo DiCaprio's character in that movie reminded me a lot of Clu Gulager's earlier career, playing Billy the Kid and other, Western characters. And it's funny because Clu Gulager is actually in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He has a short scene with Margot Robbie in a bookstore, and you can hear all about that. He actually tells a little bit about that. He tells a story about working on that movie with Margot on my Q&A video of the Return of the Living Dead reunion. So you got to check that out. Jewel Shepard, the lovely Jewel Shepard, of course, she was interviewed by Greg Silver Screen Sheen as well, and it was fantastic to see her there. So there were so many great guests. Tamara Arnold from Red Umbrella Art, thank you for the interview as well. Best of luck, good luck with all that. She made some great sales there. It was her first ever convention, so that's fantastic to see. Thank you to all the cosplayers, Steve, Jeff, everybody there. It's just so great. It was a wonderful experience. So many great things to buy and sell too. So, you'll see little bits and pieces of that in my video right now, just sharing the B-roll that I didn't use. So, so check it out. And my opinion of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I just want to say briefly, I thought it was a 9 out of 10 movie. I thought it was a sprawling masterpiece, a Hollywood fantasy. It's not history. It's not a history lesson. It's just a fantastic fantasy film with brilliant performances, great cinematography, great music as you'd expect from Tarantino. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. Big time. Great film. Go out and see it. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone that, doesn't like long movies, but it's worth it. The time just flies right by. Now, moving on to London Comic Con. I'm just going to say briefly here that it is coming up October 5th and 6th at RBC Place, aka the London Convention Center, and it features a very special guest, folks. We got Mr. Tim Curry. Tim freaking Curry is coming to London Comic Con. That is a rare opportunity indeed. Could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet him. I can't wait. Cooper Andrews from Shazam and The Walking Dead is also coming. Irene Bedard, Disney's Pocahontas, will also be there. AEW wrestling superstar Kenny Omega will be coming for all you wrestling fans. And so is Denise Crosby from Star Trek The Next Generation, from Pet Sematary, a couple episodes of The Walking Dead as well. She's done a lot of work, and I really hope I get to interview her, because she tells the best stories. I met her a few years ago in Hamilton, and she's just fantastic, just a fantastic lady. Plus, there's also gonna be an X-Files reunion with a couple of actors here. We got Mitch Pileggi, who played Skinner, and we also got William B. Davis, who played the cigarette smoking man. So they're coming. And Nicholas Lee as well, another X-Files actor. So there's going to be 3 of them in all that are going to make it out to London Comic Con. That's an amazing opportunity. And where else are you going to see that, right? So you got to come on out to London Comic Con. Get your tickets at londoncomiccon.ca. And that's all for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, peace.